the disappearance of Sofia Juarez, who went missing in Kennewick in 2003.
One difficult truth about life is that when someone has been missing for more than a few weeks, it's unlikely they'll be found. A study in Washington state showed that if a child under 18 is abducted, their chance of survival drops by 74% if they aren't found within the first 3 hours. Sofia Juarez disappeared in 2003, and her family has always hoped she would return. Recently, social media has sparked new hope, as a woman on TikTok might be Sofia. But is there any real possibility that Sofia is still alive? Let's explore this further. Sofia Juarez was born on February 5, 1998, to Maria Juarez and Andres Gutierrez Abraham in California. Maria was quite young when she had Sofia, and Andres refused to acknowledge that he was Sofia's father. This left Maria to raise her daughter on her own without any support from him. A few years later, Maria decided to make a significant change for the betterment of their lives. She chose to move from California to Kennewick, Washington, where her mother, Ignacia Prado Juarez. The move was intended to provide Sofia with a more supportive environment and the opportunity to be surrounded by family. Sofia and Maria moved in with Ignacia, and soon Sofia was surrounded by relatives, including cousins who were close to her age. This gave her the chance to have a more family-oriented upbringing. Not long after moving, Sofia became a big sister to a little brother. She adored him and spent a lot of time playing with him. Despite the house being crowded, the family was very close-knit and shared a lot of love and affection. Maria worked hard to provide a stable and loving environment for her children, and they thrived in the warm, familial setting. However, on the evening of February 4, 2003, just one day before Sofia's 5th birthday, everything changed. At around 8 p.m., Sofia was in her room playing when she overheard her grandma's boyfriend, Jose, in the next room. He mentioned he was going to the store and asked if anyone wanted to come along. Sofia, always eager for an adventure, asked her mom if she could go with Jose. Maria agreed, gave Sofia $1 to spend at the store, helped her tie her sneakers, and sent her on her way. Unfortunately, no one told Jose that Sofia was joining him, so when she ran out to the driveway to catch up with him, he had already left. Sofia began walking to the store on her own. The store was only 5 blocks away, and she thought she could meet Jose there. It was a decision that would change everything. After Sofia left the house that night, she never came back. Witnesses later reported seeing her walking in the direction of the store. A few people noticed her because it was unusual to see a child her age out alone at that time of night. No one realized anything was wrong until Jose returned from the store without Sofia. When the family understood there had been a miscommunication and Sofia was still out by herself, they were horrified. Panic set in immediately, and they began searching for her in the neighborhood. Maria quickly called the police to report her daughter missing. The tight-knit family, who had been so full of love and joy, was thrown into a state of fear and uncertainty. The realization that Sofia was out there alone somewhere was a nightmare. The close bond they all shared made her absence even more painful. The hope that she would walk back through the door was the only thing that kept them going in those first few hours of confusion and despair. Sofia's disappearance on that fateful night marked the beginning of a long and painful journey for her family. They had to grapple with the unthinkable reality that their beloved daughter and sister was missing. Despite the confusion and heartache, they held on to the hope that she would be found safe and brought back home to them. The investigation into Sofia's disappearance marked a significant moment in Washington's history. Authorities began by conducting door-to-door searches in the neighborhood, hoping that a concerned neighbor might have seen Sofia walking alone and taken her inside for safety. Despite these extensive searches, which continued well into the night, they found no leads. For the first time in Washington's history, the police issued an Amber Alert for Sofia. Amber Alerts are emergency notifications issued when law enforcement believes a child under 18 has been abducted and is in immediate danger. The authorities utilized every resource available in their efforts to find Sofia, even bringing in the FBI. They retraced her possible route and employed thermal imaging and night vision cameras to aid in the search. On February 11th, the community held a candlelight vigil for Sofia. Over 300 people attended, walking from her home to St. Joseph's Church in a show of solidarity and hope. In the days following her disappearance, more than 500 police officers, FBI agents, and volunteers scoured buildings and vehicles, desperately seeking any sign of the missing girl. Despite their exhaustive efforts, there were few clues about Sofia's whereabouts, or what might have happened to her that night. The lack of evidence left her family and the community in a state of anguish and uncertainty, grappling with the terrifying unknown. One theory suggests that Sofia never actually left the house that night. Although there were supposed sightings of her walking the streets, these were never verified, and no one can definitively say they saw her outside. The theory posits that something happened to Sofia within the house, either accidentally or intentionally, and that her family chose to cover it up. However, this theory seems quite far-fetched. There has never been any evidence to suggest that Sofia died inside the house. Cadaver dogs were brought in as part of the initial investigation, and they never indicated anything suspicious in the home. Furthermore, Sofia's family was known to love her deeply. It seems improbable that every family member could be convinced to keep such a secret. With no solid evidence or leads, the case began to grow cold. Sofia's face gradually disappeared from the front pages of newspapers, and her case became another unsolved mystery. Nearly 6 years later, her family faced more heartbreak when Maria suddenly passed away. She had recently moved to Sacramento, California, with her boyfriend and had given birth to a son. Although she always held onto the hope that her daughter would one day return, she was also seeking a fresh start in life. Following Maria's tragic passing not long after moving, she was hospitalized due to complications from giving birth to her son and passed away in January 2009, barely having reached her 30th birthday. Maria was cremated, and her ashes were brought back to Washington. Her family solemnly carried them from her home to St. Joseph's Church, retracing the path they had taken during Sofia's vigil. Juan, Maria's brother, shared in an interview how devastated the family was that Maria didn't get the chance to reunite with her daughter before her death. He expressed the immense difficulty of letting her go without closure on Sofia's whereabouts. Fast forward to 2021, and Sofia's case suddenly regained attention after 18 years since her disappearance. A new witness came forward with a potential sighting from the night Sofia vanished. According to this witness, they saw Sofia near the store, being led away by a man while she cried. The witness provided a detailed description of the man to the police, although these details have not been made public yet. Then, on March 15, 2021, a TikTok user known as AK_Illa posted an interview with a young woman from Juarez, Mexico. In the video, the woman claimed to be 22 years old and stated that she had been taken from her family years ago. She made a heartfelt plea, asking any of her family members who might be watching to come and bring her back home. These developments sparked renewed interest and hope among those following Sofia's case. Despite the passage of time and the many challenges faced by her family, they remained determined to uncover the truth and bring Sofia home, keeping her memory alive in their hearts and prayers. As of the time this video was posted, the TikTok clip has garnered over 200,000 views and nearly 2,000 comments, sparking widespread speculation about the woman's identity. Many users debate whether she could be Sofia, noting certain resemblances while also pointing out differences from age progression images of Sofia. Some argue she bears a closer likeness in age to what Sofia would have been, turning 23 in February 2021. Sofia is known for distinct features: a small mole under her right eye and a birthmark on her back. However, the video's quality makes it challenging to discern if the woman shares these markers. There's speculation that captors could have altered her appearance to evade recognition, potentially removing identifying marks like the mole. As of May 2021, authorities are actively searching for the woman and exploring the possibility of obtaining a DNA sample to confirm her identity. This ongoing saga underscores the emotional roller coaster Sofia's family endures, hoping for closure after years of uncertainty. Regardless of the outcome, they deserve unwavering support during this challenging time.